I was recently asked if I had read the book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl by Baron Baptiste. And I raised my hand, went up stage, and he asked me to do a summary of the book, which I had read twice. And I went on, I explained what I got from the book, which I had probably read a few years back. And he said, I don't think you get it, go read it again. So I decided to go read it again, and again, and again. So this is my fourth or fifth read of Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. And in this book, he talks about his time in a concentration camp and his search for meaning. It is a powerful book. It is a beautiful book. I recommend that you read it 4 or 5 times until you actually get it, until you get the most insightful thing you can get. And I was also told by the same friend, Baron, that some of us, I think he was looking at me, or at least I was looking at myself, that we are, junkies or addicted to self-help. We're trying to find the answer. We're looking for the answer for the guru. And he's right. I've been spending so much time, so much energy, reading so many books looking for the answer. And the answer of Man's Search for Meaning is really simple. And I think Viktor Frankl says it. It's, we only have one thing that can never be taken away from us. And that's the power of choosing our reaction to life. And I went through this in my life, losing everything that I thought mattered. And my reaction, by choosing my reaction as each thing was taken away from me, I held my confidence, I held my meaning, I looked for something deeper in life. And I think Nietzsche said it best. He who has the why can bear almost any how. So as we search for our why, like, if you look at Simon Sinek's book, Finding Your Why, it's been a passion of mine to find my why. I'm missing the bigger pieces of what is this why? And it's a realization that if we give up on life, this is in the book, because we keep expecting something from life, something from our suffering, something from our messages, something from the things that life gives us, we will lose our why. We will lose our energy. We will lose our hope. Yeah. And we will lose our faith and eventually lose ourselves. It's not what you expect out of life that matters. It's what life expects out of you. Yeah. And it's not like this big lofty goal. It's what are you doing today as an expression of yourself? What are you doing today as an expression of yourself? Either through not thinking, but doing, through loving someone, to loving something that's bigger than yourself today, that you will find meaning in life. It's kind of interesting, in North America, we're told to be happy. We're told that we have to, go after something bigger, become bigger, become more than the next one, win at all costs. This is the pursuit of happiness. We're consumed by this pursuit of happiness, but happiness, success cannot be pursued. It must be ensued. It comes from the action of doing something for someone, with someone, that's bigger than ourselves. So when life throws you something, because it will, sickness, health issues, financial issues, attacks on yourself, the question you have to ask is, what is the answer for me that I can give back to life through my expression of myself? And maybe it's like my good friend Katie Doiron, who's an artist, and when she goes through troubled times, she goes back to painting. And that's what life is expecting of her, right? Painting. When I go back into troubled life, I go back into what I do best, which is videos and quotes. And that's what life expects of me. It's an expression of who I am. And in that expression, I find meaning. In that expression, I find happiness. In that expression, I find success. It's a great book. I loved it. Thank you, Baron, for this nice push. I am so grateful that I read it 3 times. Again, it is a book that you must have in your library and you must read several times.